Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Supercard is Stevitude. I, of course, am your host, Stevitude, and today we are going to continue on the Ring Domination, day number 3. There is definitely a lot of Sting pros out there right now. A lot of people got this event done early, and more power to them. Me, I'm casually just grinding away, and I'll get there probably tomorrow. Yesterday I did finish Edge, so that's cool. Now I just barely got into Sting, and now that I have no more really major obligations from now until the event ending tomorrow in 1 day and 3 hours, I will do everything I can to make Sting mine. Other than that, we have a King of the Ring, Game 45 just finishing as Mr. Perfect. We are literally about to kick off the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at the standings here. I'm in second place against all these bots. Clowny Pants just beat me out, but whatever. So most likely I'm going to be in a first round match with Gravedigger, so that's cool. Like I said, these are all bots, so I'm just gonna energize and hope for the best. Anyways, let's kick off Ring Domination. As you can see, I pretty much used all my pick doublers. Don't plan on purchasing any more, so unless I pull some from the board. The finish might be a little slower, but that's okay. We got plenty of time to finish. Also, today we are also going to talk about Night of Champions, as promised. I'm going to break down the matches, tell you what I think, and we'll go from there. So, pre-show match is the first one we're going to talk about. It's going to be Neville and the Lucha Dragons going on against Cosmic Wasteland Stardust and the Ascension are calling themselves. And the Neville Stardust saga has been going on for several months now, and last month at SummerSlam we had the big match that brought Stephen Amell in, and then they had King Barrett come along with Stardust, and they formed the Cosmic Kingdom. Very short-lived has Stardust turned on Barrett. Barrett hasn't been seen since. So one can only assume that there might be a possible Stardust-Barrett feud in the works down the road if WWE remembers to book that. But they'll probably forget, I'm sure. That's just the way they are. But anyways, we're going to have some high-flying action here with the Lucha Dragons. Very promising young tag team. I enjoy them. I also like the Ascension as well. I feel that they haven't been utilized properly in their WWE run as of late, but it's cool. Hopefully this Alliance of Stardust will help them get to where they need to. I definitely will say though, if the Cosmic Wasteland is actually going to develop into something, Stardust and the Ascension, Victor and Connor need to win this match, especially since Neville and Amell got the win on SummerSlam. I feel Stardust needs to tip a feather in his hat. After this match in the pre-show, I'm hoping that Neville and Stardust have one more epic clash, and then these guys just swim off into the sunset, move on to a new feud, because I feel this one's getting a little long, and I don't really think there's much more they can really do with it. So, like I said, maybe if Barrett comes back and comes after Stardust, we'll have a new feud there. Neville's kind of lost in that mid-card oblivion, so I really hope something happens there. So, we'll give this one to the Cosmic Wasteland. Up next, we have the love triangle of, I don't know what you want to call it anymore, Ziggler and Rusev. Hot Summer, Lana. Lana's kind of out right now. Wrist injury. Don't know if she'll reappear tomorrow night or not. These guys fought at SummerSlam to a double countout, if memory serves right. And I, for one, am really getting kind of tired of this soap opera feud we got going on between these guys. I think it's time we just end it, because Rusev is a phenomenal monster heel who deserves a lot better than what's going on here. And it's just Ziggler, I don't know what's going on. He seems to be kind of lost in the shuffle as well. So it's almost like it's nice that they're trying to entertain us with a mid-card feud, but this is bad, man. I don't want to watch a soap opera. I don't care about this Lana Hot Summer thing anymore. These guys are wrestlers, not bunch of love-trapped men. Not even what you want to call it, but so I really don't have any interest in this match. This is probably the one match on the card I really don't care about. So I'm probably just gonna say Ziggler's gonna win just because he's a fan favorite. I'm sure there'll be some shenanigans going on. Hopefully this thing ends and then we just move on. That's about really all there is to say about that one. While we're searching for an opponent, we will talk about the tag team title match between New Day and the Dudley Boys. First off, who saw the Dudley Boys coming back to WWE? I for sure didn't see that coming, and it's awesome that they're back. The tag team division's been kind of sputtering somewhat, and now it's a fresh old face, even makes it better. Because I don't think there's much more we can do with the primetime players of New Day. I think that feud has sailed its course, though I think there could be a potential possibility of the primetime players getting involved in the match tomorrow night, because I feel that, people don't want, well, I should say they don't want to be forgotten. All that hard work they put in this year, and it's all of a sudden, we're not going to take a backseat to the Dudley Boys. So they might screw the Dudley Boys over, because, they might be thinking, hey, we want to beat New Day. So I see that being how this match ends. I see the New Day leaving with the tag team titles. I see a potential primetime player interference possibly. That's kind of more of a long shot thinking thing, but it's also a way to keep the primetime players in the mix for the tag team divisions. And I definitely think the Dudley Boys' time will come as tag team champions. I just don't think it's going to be now. Though I could see the WWE doing the whole, let's put the belts on these guys, because a lot of people know the Dudleys, but I don't think that would be the best move at this time. I think they got to slow burn it a little bit. And I think with TLC in December, personally, would be a perfect opportunity to put the belts on the Dudleys, being that TLC is kind of their thing. So I would let them just keep feuding with New Day and the other tag teams and let TLC be their crowning achievement. So I'm expecting some shenanigans from Xavier Woods. I'm expecting just a great solid match tomorrow night between these tag teams, and I hope to stick around for a little bit. And, there might be some more tag teams coming around, because, the Usos should be back soon, I think. And then I heard some really far-fetched rumors that the Hardy Boys might be coming back to WWE. I don't know how sure that one is yet, but, Dudley's Hardys, that would be huge for a lot of the old school fans that, grew up when the Dudleys and the Hardys were running the place. So, for now, we'll keep it real and just appreciate what we have in front of us in the tag team division. So, New Day will retain. That's just the way I see it. Then, of course, we have the Diva Revolution. We got Nikki Bella, the new record holder for the Divas title's longest reign, defending against Charlotte. Now, we saw on Monday Night Raw this past week, Charlotte did win the match, but it was by DQ, even though she did pin Brie, which the Twin Magic thing has won the Bellas more matches. And then this time it somewhat backfired, but then because of Stephanie McMahon, she saved it. But I also knew that months ago, I call this months ago actually, that Charlotte would be the one facing Nikki Bella at Night of Champions. Because when Nikki was getting a little bit more closer to AJ Lee's record, I'm thinking to myself, the way that AJ Lee is affiliated with CM Punk, and the WWE's all like, yee, around those guys. They kind of just figured, hey, we're gonna stick it to Punk. We're gonna take the title reign away from AJ Lee. Don't know if that was the best move, especially for Nikki Bella, because I don't really think she had a great reign per se. She didn't really do anything or had any matches worth getting excited about. But Lord and behold, she is now the longest reigning Divas champion at this point in time. And WWE, knowing this, they decided, we're going to stretch Nikki's reign out. And I'm sure there's some John Cena politicking probably in there, just because that's the way it goes. But anyhow, so Anyways, so that's the way that went, and she's still the title holder. But the stipulation at Night of Champions is that if she gets disqualified, counted out, loses the match in any shape, form, or way, Charlotte will be the new Divas champion. So I see Charlotte winning that Night of Champions, being the new Divas champion. I think it's the move that has to be made. Charlotte's a phenomenal athlete, and she's got a nice fan following. And I think, being that she's the daughter of the legend Ric Flair, I think this move has to be made. The Divas Revolution, is pretty much behind Charlotte and Sasha Banks. It's time to get these up-and-coming divas that everyone's behind their opportunity in the sun. So I think that's the route they're going to go here. The only thing I could see happening is potentially, let's say Charlotte does win, there might be some rifts caused between either Paige or Becky Lynch, and it could be the breakup of their little group because someone's going to want the gold, whether it be Paige or Becky. Paige has held the title a couple times now, while Becky, surprisingly never did have the NXT title, so I think she might feel it's her time to get the gold. So, obviously we're speaking ahead here, but I think that for right now, Charlotte will be the one walking out of Night of Champions with the title. Back to Supercard real quick. As you can see, nothing's really getting pulled here. How's that King of the Ring going? We got another minute. We're tied with the Gravedigger here, so hopefully that is a win for me. Anyways, here's the match everyone's been talking about. Shield 2 1/3 versus the Wyatt family. You got little Dean and Roman and that mystery partner taking on Harper, Wyatt, and newest Black Sheep, Braun Strowman. So it's kind of like the Shield and Wyatt's Part 2, only this time there's no Seth Rollins or Eric Rowan. But so who is the mystery partner going to be? I think that's the first question that everybody kind of has on their mind. Now, there's the obvious safe choice for Randy Orton, but I don't think they're going to use Orton in this match. And then you get thinking, there was that rumor of that leaked poster apparently of Baron Corbin, but personally I don't see it being Baron Corbin because he's a heel. It would make no sense for him to come to the main roster as a face, but then again, WWE doesn't make sense half the time. So with that, I've heard everything. I've talked to people and got their opinions. I've heard everything from The Rock to Chris Jericho to Cesaro to Kane, and I even think Mark Henry, just because they're in Texas. I really don't know who the mystery partner is going to be. So I'm real curious to see who is that third man tomorrow night. Very excited, actually. As far as the match goes, this was a tough one to really predict because you don't know who that mystery partner is going to be. I definitely do want to see the Wyatts dominate for a change, legitimately take over everything, but at the same time, I could see Roman and Dean getting this win because Roman and Dean need to get elevated because, especially Dean Ambrose, who's taken way too many pay-per-view losses since the Shield broke up. I feel that I just see that going that way. I just see Dean and Roman and mystery partner getting the win, and I see this feud even going into Hell in a Cell. So maybe even Survivor Series. I mean, this is the WWE's way of keeping Roman and Dean in a big storyline without being in the world title chase. Because as you can see right now, they got Cena and Sting in there. I guess I should say Cena. He's more in the U.S., but either way, Seth Rollins' plate is full right now. So look at this. We're pulling some match charts here. But so anyways, that's that. Next is the Ryback and Kevin Owens match for the Intercontinental Championship. I liked the match. I didn't care for the build of it, though. It really felt like this match was just thrown together last minute, meaning that it was officially made this past Raw. I felt there was a very little interaction between these two, and Ryback still kind of had some big show thing going, and I don't know. The build was a little disappointing to me, but I think the match will be fantastic. I think Ryback's made some strides. I think Kevin Owens is one of the best workers they got on the mic, in the ring. He's a complete, total package. And I'm a huge Kevin Owens fan. I really want to see him win the Intercontinental title, and I think he will win the Intercontinental title. I think Ryback had a nice reign. You know, it's nice to see Ryback finally get a championship in the WWE, but now I think it's time that Kevin Owens gets the run of the title. I think Kevin Owens would be great as an Intercontinental champion. I think that, you know, since he had some, you know, the U.S. title chances he had, you know, didn't go his way, so I feel, you know, he can't lose more title matches. He needs to win this one, especially since he was a dominant NXT champion for the time he was down there. So I see a very physical match here between Ryback and Owens. I think this could have a potential match that could be really good. So I'm looking forward to it. And with that, I'm just going to go ahead and say that Kevin Owens will be your new Intercontinental Champion. Now we have the double main event, I guess. But even though it's probably not technically billed as that. But either way, Seth Rollins will be in action not once, but twice. Maybe 3 times, I don't know. But twice for sure. So his first match will most likely be defending the U.S. Championship against John Cena. Now, I would not be surprised if this was the first match of the night, being that Rollins is doing double duty. So I expect a nice solid 15-20 minutes between these two. You'll probably see things that they've done before, maybe a few new things. Cena try that terrible spring sport stunner that he always seems to botch. You never know what Rollins will do. I feel like he's holding back just because he's a heel, so they can't let him use his full move arsenal. So he might do some crazy stuff tomorrow night, you know, just to survive. As far as this match goes itself, well, I predicted that Cena is going to win the match. However, it's going to be by a countout. I think, like I said, they're going to go for a nice 15 minutes or whatever, and then Rollins is going to be like, you know what, I got the world title match later on. I'm opting out. He's going to bail in the match, and he'll get counted out, so he'll retain the U.S. Championship, but, you know, Cena's going to win the match. And that will be that. And then we have, last but not least, Sting. Did not see this coming. Did not see Seth Rollins and Sting being the main event of Night Champions for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But that is what is here. And a lot of people are talking about Sting's in-ring ability, and he still has it sounds like. So I'm questioning how this match is going to play out. I think there's going to be a very, very controversial finish to this match. I just think that Triple H will get involved in some way, shape, or form. So I think they will do whatever it takes to make sure Rollins is protected, leaves with the title. So I'm going to say that Rollins is going to keep his title, but Sting is going to win the match by a disqualification. Then, of course, you have the Sheamus factor. Yeah, he has Money in the Bank. There's been a lot of teasing in the last few weeks of him cashing in, so I would not even dare count out Sheamus tomorrow night making an attempt to cash in. Now, whether he'll be successful or even trigger the cash in is a whole different story. Last year at Night of Champions, Seth Rollins had the briefcase, and he came in during the Cena-Lesnar rematch from SummerSlam last year and smacked the old briefcase down on the back. And, you know, he tried to cash it in, but the attempt was thwarted. So we could see another attempt at Night of Champions for the second step here. And then Kane, you know, I said he could be the possible mystery partner for Roman and Dean. Obviously, it's probably not going to happen, but, you know, you never know. And it would make no sense storyline-wise, but, again, things never make sense in WWE. You have them anyway. So, obviously, Kane has some agenda against Mr. Rollins. So I could see him coming back because I think Kane could be the perfect opponent for Rollins at Hell in a Cell. Because I was thinking, who would Rollins face at Hell in a Cell if he walked out of this match with the title? You know, he's pretty much taken down just about every major face in the game. So that is one thing I've been really thinking about. Though, I mean, Rollins Sheamus does not scream Hell in a Cell match, so I don't see Sheamus leading the title. Now, if Sting by some odd chance wins the title, then you could see Sting and Rollins in Hell in a Cell. But I don't know if Sting could handle Hell in a Cell, being he's not exactly the youngest guy. So, again, I really am curious as a wrestling fan to see what WWE has in plans for all of us tomorrow at Night of Champions in the main event. Because there are so many possibilities of how things are going to play out. Really? Lost to the Gravedigger. Well, let's see. This is why we lost. Because we did not get enough singles matches. I only have singles Legendary Pros. This might cost me. I might lose this. That's really crappy to lose, but a bot. Maybe it's not a bot, No, that's a bot. Look at that. Missed tag there. So, anyways, that is going to do it for my Night of Champions predictions. Let me know in the comments or tweet me at Stevitude what you think of my predictions. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, if we agree, disagree. Also, keep watching the Supercard Stevitude channel for more Supercard. Hopefully we pull some nice rewards from this King of the Ring. Hopefully the Ring Domination concludes nicely and I get Sting. Other than that, like, follow, subscribe, all that cute stuff. And thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend.